Some of the hardest times of your life will arrive right when it seems everything is going fine and in your favor. When you think this is the best time to do what you have always wanted to do. Establishing a meaningful relationship, establishing a career, and when you take steps carefully and quietly, suddenly something that you just started was being taken away by the situation forced upon you out of nowhere. At some point, we all ask this question to ourselves, usually when we are alone. Why does life feel so unfair to me? Well, let me remind you here. If you think life is unfair, it is unfair to everyone without any exception. And if you think life is fair, it is fair to everyone without any exception. According to me, life is not unfair to us. It is we who are unfair to ourselves. When tough times arrive, there is something in all of us which gives away. We reach outside of ourselves for the help, looking for advice, looking for someone who can help us. And when nothing comes, we either give up or move frantically in all the wrong directions. And after that, fear does what it always does. It drags you back to the comfort of old life. Always remember that security is the most attractive trap ever built. It asks nothing of you and it gives you nothing worth having in return. And once the tough times end, some people will never try again, and some of us get the courage again to begin, only to repeat the same pattern. Steve Jobs once said that you can only connect the dots looking backward, not forward. And he was right, but he did not mean that you can only connect the dots once the success arrives. This practice I do always when the hard times come in my life. Instead of reacting to it, I sit down calmly and start connecting the dots looking backward. This gives almost every time a clear picture of why this happened, what action should I take, and how this situation is going to help me or benefit me in the future. This practice is a very powerful tool to see the pattern and taking the right decisions. So if the hard times is going on in your life, ask yourself honestly, what have you been striving for recently? And how many times you have changed the direction, the goal, and replaced it with something else? Because this is where the truth lies. Those difficult times were not sent you to make suffering for you. They were sent to move you in the direction that you always wanted to follow. And this is how the best things in your life tend to come. Not gently, not firmly, but hidden in the moments which first made you feel like everything is falling apart. If you sit down and trace the decisions in the past you made, especially the ones that made you hurt, you will realize that all of them were made by the version of you that was afraid, not by the version who was thinking clearly. The version of you which is afraid is not protecting you. It is just more familiar with the failure. Life does not give you anything which is designed to keep you stuck, but something that is designed to keep you moving. And the friction that you feel, the delays, the dead ends, the losses, they are not external. They are entirely generated by the mind through impulsive and emotionally driven actions that always trying to move you in the wrong directions. And that friction is what feels like failure. That friction is what feels like delay. And that is what you have been calling unfair. If you pay the close attention to the nature, the rivers, the trees, the animals, the mountains, none of them is fighting the life they are living. They move with it without any resistance. And on the other side of the hard seasons, they bloom again. More strong, more beautiful, and more attractive. The moment you know what you want to do, the work is not to force the path into the existence. The work is to trust yourself and stay the course. Life never plays the obstacle in your way out of cruelty. It places them in front of the people who have unknowingly been walking away from their purpose. Your struggles are not the end of the road. They are the road pointing you back to yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful life.